Hello students, let us view microprocessor as a typical programmable machine. A typical programmable machine is represented by four components which is shown in this figure. Microprocessor, memory, input and output. Suppose microprocessor is asked to perform certain tasks. Then how this task will be completed? This task is completed by this system which consists of microprocessor, memory, input and output. These four components work together and interact with each other to perform that certain task. Suppose microprocessor, suppose we have asked microprocessor to perform addition of two number. Okay, so how this task will be completed? For that, what do we need? We need to receive data in the form of two number, right? So input is present at here, and we have to instruct the microprocessor. That instructions are stored in the memory. Okay, so microprocessor works according to instructions which are stored in the memory. Okay, so when that operation is over, the result is fed to the output. Okay, so in this way these four components are working together. That is why we call it as a system, right? So this is the system. This is the system of programmable machine. Any typical programmable machine has these following four components which are basic components. Then in this system there are some physical components which we call as a hardware, right? And there are set of instructions that we feed into the memory that are written into the microprocessor to perform certain tasks. That set of instruction that we sequentially provide to the microprocessor is called as a program. Okay, so remember that, note down at here, there is no single instruction. Suppose we want addition of two number, then addition is not a single instruction that we will have to give to the microprocessor. Okay, so it requires set of instruction. That means we have to receive first number, right? Then we have to store it that number somewhere in the memory. Then we have to receive the second number, right? Then we have to receive keep that second number at somewhere. Then we have to add. Okay, then we have to form the result. Okay, so these four steps, four instructions we have to give. Okay, so this is the group of instruction which we will have to provide sequentially. Okay, so this group of instruction or a set of instruction which are sequentially arranged is called as a program, right? And a set of programs, a group of programs is called as a software. Understood? So this is the typical programmable machine. Okay, so we can also reprogram it to perform certain different function. Okay, so it can be used to turn off and on the traffic light signals. It can perform any computational mathematical function. Okay, so in this way we can use this system. Okay, so this system is simple system and sophisticated system when applications are simple, and when task is complicated, then this structure of this system will be complicated. I hope you understood this part. Then let us try to understand the next concept which we call as a bit. The microprocessor operates in binary digit. These binary digits are 0 and 1. 0 and 1. These are also known as a bits. Bit is an abbreviation for the term binary digits. Actually, if you know some electronics, these bits represent actually voltage. Bit 1 means high voltage and bit 0 means low voltage. Right? So each microprocessor recognize and process a group of bits which we call as a word. What is word? Word. Word means Word means group of bits that microprocessor recognize and process. Suppose one microprocessor recognize and process 8 bits at a time, right? At a simultaneously, at the same time. Then word of that microprocessor is 8. Right? Suppose certain microprocessor recognize and process 32 bits at a time. Then what is the word? Word is 32. 32 bit. 32 bit is a word length. Right? So actually here we are studying microprocessor 8085. And microprocessor 8085 recognize and process 8 bits simultaneously. Okay, that is why we call microprocessor 8085 is 8-bit microprocessor. Understood this concept? This is the concept of bit. Now let us talk about the next concept, which is memory. Memory, which is called as a storage element in microprocessor. Microprocessor has to perform certain tasks, and for that we have to instruct the microprocessor. We have to provide the instruction. Okay, so these instruction and some data, we have to store something. Okay, so for that memory is needed. It is like a pages of notebook that we are using. Okay, so what we do in notebook, we store something, we write, right? We write something, that means we write some information. That information is stored. Okay, so here same thing is happening, but here in case of microprocessor, we know that it is an electronic device and semiconductor technology is used to build up this device. And obviously the pages of the memory, we can call the pages of the memory, which are made up of the semiconducting materials. Okay, so bits are stored in this memory, right? So it is in case of 8085 microprocessor, memory is register based. Register based means different registers are there. Okay, so register A, B, C, we can label also. So each register can store 8-bit data. Right? So in this way, memory, which is the storage element which is used to store the information in the form of binary digits. Now let us try to understand next concept, which is very familiar concept for all of you. Okay, input and output. We come across with different input devices: keyboard, optical pen, scanner, barcode scanner, and output devices are like headphones, headset, laser printer, and all. Okay, so we are talking about the structure of typical programmable machine, and inputs and outputs are the parts of the typical programmable machine. Inputs input devices are that means microprocessor receive information from input devices, and microprocessor works on that information, and it sends the information to the output devices. Okay, so that is the role of input and output devices. Okay, so in this session what we have learned, actually we have talked about the structure of typical programmable machine, not in detail. Understood that? We will study each and every part in more detail later. Okay, so we have just taken an overview of typical programmable machine. Okay, and we come across with this conclusion that the typical programmable machine is consist of 4 component: microprocessor, input, output, and memory. Okay, some components are hardware and actually physical components, right, which we call as a hardware, and software and programs basically, these are the part of the software. Okay, program means a set of instructions. Okay, I hope you understood this part. Thank you very much.